Sisters and brothers, tonight is your night, so I'm just going to spend 2 or 3 minutes and I'm done. Ugandans were waiting for that moment to get the spark, to regain their courage, and to end 33 years of tyranny. And this young man paved the way. When he survived the belly of the beast, he came to the United States for treatment. Many people did not believe he would go back to Uganda. Remember? The New York Times asked him, they said, why are you going back? He said, Uganda is my home. Uganda is my home. That's what he said. And when he said that, I'm sure that struck fear into the heart of the dictator. The dictator did not expect him to go back home. The dictator did not expect him to go home publicly and not go into hiding. And, sisters and brothers, I'm only speculating, but perhaps Brother Bobi Wine can deny this. That day in Arua, the dictator is such a coward. He instigated the violence because he knew his candidate was going to lose. And then what does he do? He gets in the helicopter and he flees from the scene. So by the time somebody called him, he was expecting to be told that Bobi Wine had been eliminated. Is that not true? What happened? The people who were designated to eliminate Bobi Wine were not willing to do so. Think about that. How long was he missing? In all that time that he was missing, they eliminated him. Is that not true? It means people were not willing to carry out that order. So when Bobi Wine came out on crutches, limping, but quite powerful, they beat his body, but his mind was intact. He was in intense pain, but he wanted to show Uganda and the rest of the world that I'm here to stay because I represent the youth of Uganda, and the youth of Uganda are going to take power and take hands in their destiny. And the brother from Liberia is right. This is the time for Africa's youth. We cannot tolerate 80% unemployment in Uganda, 60% unemployment in Uganda. The brother is right. The wealthiest continent with all the resources. Why do we have young Africans dying trying to cross the Mediterranean to go to Europe, to work cleaning jobs in Europe, when Africa has the resources that is creating the wealth in Europe, in the United States, and in China? We must change Africa. We must get rid of corrupt leadership. We must allow the young people. Where's my brother from Harvard? Where's my brother from Harvard? Taylor, where is he? Where's my brother from Harvard? I saw him a few minutes ago. That young, there he is. Give him a round of applause. That is a one-man army. When the dictatorship tried to delete him, the followership from Twitter, what did he do? He sued. That's what we must do. We must show the dictator that we are not afraid of him. But as I said, tonight is your night. I just wanted you to get warmed up a little and get agitated. But let me say, our students at Makerere, how do you attack young students? Students are our future. How do you rape students? Why do you send the National Army, whose duty is to protect the country, to attack students? Think about that. So sisters and brothers, I did one thing that I hope you emulate. I took my students from John Jay College, accompanied of Professor Helen Epstein, Professor Sami Nisu. We went in front of the Ugandan mission to the UN last night. And we protested. We showed them that an attack on a student anywhere is an attack on a student everywhere. So any one of you affiliated with any college, please organize a protest and let them show solidarity with students in Uganda. Thank you, sisters and brothers. Viva Africa! Viva Uganda! Viva people power! Viva Bobi Wine! Viva Brother Zake! Peace and blessing.
I got it. I'm on that team.
Patron Alimani for that powerful message. Ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to wrap it up. We are a little late, but we don't do the program. Juncture, allow me to recognize our more of our religious leaders. We have Sheikh Umar Tebusweke. Just say hi with a wave. You have Haj Sebunya Musa. Wave to the people. Haj Musa Sebunya. We have Haj Muhammad Semakula. And you have Haj Haruna Chitoke. Haruna Mubiru actually. Moyimbi is a fellow artist. Haruna Mubiru, I saw him somewhere. But we shall recognize him later. At this juncture, I invite Chairman Nyazi Sebo. Come on, Sebo.
This is a message to the government expressing what exactly on the people's mind.
Tambula edamari tutuze n'okutwetanya eggwanga lyaffe olimba mutukuza bubinyo nammwe alete kanye mwalwa na musiko naye omwana gwe wasanga nga tannazaalibwa kati naye yazala n'adda kino mukiŋambire kakuta bamulabako saba ne bazeyi bane bamugambeko eyo ensonga ntamu nnyo gyalemeddeko kati eggwanga lyonalyeryamanye bagambe yali musituke tutambule embeera ne weebaganye ko tugende tetukowa tutambule olugendo luwanguwe tulemerako tutuuka situka tutambule embeera emala nnyo people power is our power is real power is our power. Kwaona kano tukayimba mu informal sector omanyi ffe tusinga okuzoganya tuyimba zoganya buli woli zoganya muyimbe tulle zoganya okuzoganya tuzoganya Museveni kiregamba obulwe tuli president kanyonyola yakaleeta. We call it kuzoganyesho. Thank you very much. Your Worship, the Mayor of Waltham, Madam, thank you very much for those kind words. Banyabo never say my names. I'm Nyan Fred Center. And the people power I lead the informal sector. This is the biggest, it takes the biggest number of people, the biggest percentage of people that we think is going to help us ride us into this revolution. Olwaliro nfunye omukisa era awenje okutambulira okusinga mu informal sector awo abantu abagwa mu informal sector basuka mu 7 betulowooza nti ku mulundi guno bebasinze okwagala nnyo ebyobufuzi babijja kwa nabyabufuzi banabadde mu bulijjo mukiraba tubadde mu Arua tubadde ebugiri twali ekyaddondo mulaba ekika ky'abantu abali mu abettanidde okuba nti bakulembera ebyobufuzi bino ebiriwo kati era ekigambo kwebeereramu kyazuukusa abantu bali mu kintu kino bebasinga okwogera Honorable Kyagulanyi kubanga abasinga tebesimbyewo tebalina bifo nnyo bye baagala ate be babosi ku mirimu gyabwe tuwuliziganya bannange kimwanguira okulekawo esigiri ya kasooli okulekawo ekigaali okuteeka boda mu nyumba oba ogikozesa ekintu kyonna wakoze eki wayagalidde. So abantu bano bangi nnyo era bagenda otuyamba okulaba nga tugusa ekintu kino. Mukira bulungi nnyo nti tubadde tukola ebintu byonna activities zonna mu kibuga ng'abantu bano bali very active. Gye bali nekirabika tetunaba nnyo bateekako sira. Mulaba bannabyabufuzi ennaku zino bajja ku kadaala bwe twali ehoyima bannabyabufuzi bajjanga ku budaala ne batambula ne bagenda. Ekiseera ekyokulonda bwe kyatuuka nze nali ehoyima. Abantu ba bulijjo abaava e Kampala be basinga okulumirwa akalwako era be baakalimu. You didn't see politicians there. Tuwuliziganya kati omulamu ogusinga tulina okuteeka mu bantu baffe aba bulijjo, abantu ba wansi, omuntu wa bulijjo. Era abantu abo bafunira tuvenga tukole ki tubayambe. Banyabo ne bassebo mukimanyi bulungi nnyo ebyobufuzi byakyuka. Tetujjakola biri ebiri fomu ennyo ebyedda tekubeeraawo okwetooloola kutula nnyo mu meetings. Mulina kumanya kiki ndi kiri mu bantu kye balowooza kye mutambula okutuukiriza ebigendererwa byammwe. Mukimanyi bulungi nnyo kati politics gwe tuzanya disruptive. Museveni mu kumuzoganya tumukyusa n'atandika okugendera ku bye tukola. Obwongo bwakyuka kati takyasobola kukola bye tukola ki biri byakolanga. Kati olaba entunula yakyuka, engeri gyazinamu amazina n'abayimbi kati yalizootinze ate ku Kyagulanyi betuuzaako wansi ate bakola ki beyagenze ng'atandika okulonda. Mukiraba nti kati agonze. Kitegeeza ebintu ebyo tulina okuteekamu amaanyi. Ennwana yakakati si yeyalu gye twalwananga. Nze maze ebbanga eriwerera ddala mu byobufuzi myaka 25 mu Kampala awo. Naye sirabangako Museveni ng'akola ebyekigwagwa nga byakola kati. Kubanga ebintu byonna byakola kati awugira mu mazzi gaffe. Luli twagenda ku byakola n'akola obuvuyo ne tubulira okwo. Kati Kyagulanyi lwakyusa nga naye akola ki? Kati yagoberera. Kyasigaza kyokka kati asigaza state power. Naye amaanyi mu bantu akola ki? Taliyo. Kakati mukira bulungi nnyo nammwe nomukozi omulimu ku social media. Mulaba ennwana ya pengepenge gyalwanamu okukakanyama amafina n'ebikolwa bye. Ennwana eri disruptive kwegamba ejja abantu ku mulamwa. Newankwadde naye muyina okusigala nnyo obwongo. Tulina okuba nga tuyiya buli kiseera nga tuli creative ate nga tufanye contributinga. Kubanga kino ekintu kyammwe tekikyaliko biri ebyedda nti ate kibiina kya bufuzi no kyendimu ate kati ddiini yokulembedde wano ate kati gwanga gundi. It is our thing. Kintu kyaffe ffenna. Yeyo feeling ebajja gye muli mu mpewo muno okujja wano okukola ki okugereramu tugenda dikyusa ffenna wamu. So tulina okuba n'ebibuuzo waliwo 5 W's. The who, the when, the where, the which, style and the why. Ebyo ebibuuzo tulina okubibilingirako ebintu byonna byetukola ki byetukola. Tukimanyi nnyo we are infiltrated. Naye infiltration temugitya kubanga tetukyalina nnyo byetukweka ebintu bikolera musana. Ffe twasaze pale ebintu bikola ki bereti gijeko sijjako n'egitambuza. Era bereti eno gye mulaba tufubye nnyo okulaba nga tugitwala mu maaso. Ndowooza mulaba abaana ba boda basigadde bazambala buli wamu wonna. Kyagaana kyetukola ki kyetukola kubanga amateeka yagatta tegakyalina mugaso mu Uganda. Agamenya kyere. So nekirala bino bagamba nti gundi mbega ne gundi mbega ne gundi mbega. Temukkiriza kubeera bajja bireeta byonna byonna okubatiisa n'obawula ku bannammwe. Otandika okutya gundi zaako mutye buli mutye nagwo otuukako okutya bakugambe nti oyo mbega akoyatandisa okakozesa ng'akakodyo naye tumulaba. So newankubadde bambega gye bali ate nabo bebeerere mwe tunaakuzulya dda nti oli mbega abantu bajja kukolako tetujja nakumanya kinaakutuukako eyo. Tuyina ekizibu eky'abantu ba mirundi ebine kanjuge ekizibu kya abantu ba murundi gumu. Be bantu abalowooza nti watwala omwana wo ku ssomero kiba kiwedde naye ng'alabidde enkyukakyuka etu. Abantu abo balina otuyamba ne bakola ki? Abantu baffe mu informal sector tubayigiriza okulekerawo okukaaba. They must stop crying because when you cry you are entertaining Museveni. Museveni yalabadde omusaayi, yalabadde abakaaba, takyatya bakaaba. In fact abantu balowooza n'okulowooza nti agunywa gw'abantu. Tuwuliziganya nokyo ekigambo kutya kyo twakigobye ate ne tetwagala kukaaba kubanga buli tukaaba tulina kutambuliza liboro nga tuli basanyufu buli kiseera. Ebintu bingi omukyala nga mu budde weddeyo naye nze kyensaba ekintu kimu. Abantu bano mu informal sector tandika balowoozaako ennyo banyabo ne bassebo. Nze n'ensonga lwaki nettanidde ebirasinga byogera wano. Bagambye mu kubawo cameras neffe tugamba zijja kukola ki? Obuyambi bwe tulina okusinga obbawa kufuba ennyo okulaba nga mu byalo watuukayo social media abantu babeera bafuna access nga bafuna amasimu. Tufube nnyo okulaba bwe tuukira 2021 abantu bafuna ki? Amasimu. Buli omu ng'asobola ginyiga first of all n'afuna information ekyokubina reportinga ekirala n'aba exposinga kubanga basobola okukola ki? Okufulumya ebintu ebyo byonna byonna n'okufuna cameras. N'olwekyo ekisoboka oba tulina cameras nkadde eno oba amasimu mufube okulaba nga mugaweereza abantu baffe. Abantu bonna bafune ki? Amasimu. Yenenero ku masimu. Amasimu ganatuuka mu byalo teri ki bajja tulimba kubanga abantu bajja bakola ki? Balina access to information. Nja kusaba abakulu nandi basomedde abantu bano amanya gaabwe ne gawulirwa twagogeddeko mu America. Abaana abo ababonaabona abaana ababonaabona amanya ago njaga mukuluzaako agasome abantu abo mubakubire mu ngalo kubanga bakoze omulimu munene nnyo era twagala kamera ya nsi yonna nti babakoze ki? Babasomye. Abamu twabalese komera abalaba bamenya amagulu abalaba bakuba kugamba tuli eyo mu lutalo oluyitirivu. Mukoze omulimu munene nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala nensaba nkubira abaana abo ababodaboda abakyala bafuma emmere abali mu katale engalo ez'amaanyi ennyo kubanga be bayimirizaawo omulimu ogwo gwe tugenda okukola wansi. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala. People power, people power, our power. Mwebale nnyo mwebadde Mukama abeere nammwe.
Thank you so much.
Jacket, Mayor. All right.
People power, our power. At this juncture, let me invite Honorable Comrade Nebian Lee to say something. Nebian Lee. We have a cash desk here, and Bobi, you know, see what we have, Amadi Stars? We are gonna dance, they are gonna give us music. So please don't leave, we are gonna enjoy.
Olutalonga luende, tuliambale ngule, tuliambale ngule, tuliambale ngule, olutalonga luende, tuliambale ngule, tulivimba mu Uganda mpya, tuliambala, 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 engule masa masa, olutalo galuende, tuliambale ngule, tulivimba mu Uganda. People power, our power. Omukama mulungi. Ekiseera I want to thank our Lordship Mayor. Thank you for honoring our occasion. I want to thank leaders abali wano na bakulembeze mwena mu bitiibwa byammwe ebyenjawulo. n'omubanda wa kabaka Ssebaagolanye Kyagulanyi naki nze ebigambo byange bigenda kubeera bitono nnyo nga ngamba nti national anthem yaffe egamba Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand, united, free, for liberty. We will always stand. But in Uganda, we are not free in Uganda. That's why we are here. We come from one of the richest places in the world. Vajita Iwaka Wakanda. Uganda yechi? Wakanda. We are supposed to be kings and queens. Naye tuvaye waka kubanga embeera sinonje. Kulwachi tuli under captivity by a little group of people abalowooza nti bajja kutegeerera eggwanga lyaffe naye nga kikyamu. Kiki tusobola okukola? Ga national anthem yaffe wetugamba nti no, we shall always stand united at our country's call. Tujavayo tulwanirire eggwanga lyaffe kubanga we waka wokka. We do not have another home. Tituyinza okubeera nga tuli America, but this is not our home. Our home is back in Africa, a Uganda where we are supposed to be kings and queens. Naye tetusobola kubanga embeera yonna mbi. I want to thank the diaspora. Mwebale nnyo okuyimirira awamu naffe ba People Power. We are so proud of you. Thank you so much. Era mwandyekubiddeko ku ngalo. Banange omulimu gwe mukola gwa nsuso nnyo nnyo nnyo. Siima nnyo. Era nga mbasaba tugende maaso n'omulimu gwe mukola. How can you be of influence back home? Mulina social media. Mulina eddoboozi. You can use whatever platform you have oku exposing whatever is going on back home. Umwana wa Uganda kasakulago wa polisi nga kuba omuntu. Sharing, like it, share it. When you share it, chingira mu news feed y'abantu abali. That's how we are going to be able to expose the regime. You are doing something. Then mulina abantu be mulabirire Uganda. Diaspora is contributing us so much money back home. Kakati, you can influence the people you look after back home. We wabera bagenda kulonda. Balonde our next president. Siwe chiri. Banange, you have a role to play. Teri yo mulala agenda kufinga up our country. Only us. Ate kijja kuba kyansonyi nnyo nnyo nnyo. Kasa Museveni asigalanga fuga Uganda. It's been 34 years and he still clings on to the power. Ntitachi alina na moral standards. Asobola okufuna omuntu asinga okuwemula mu nsi yonna yonna n'amuteeka ku saidi n'agamba kakati. Bananga, we are not going to be like that. Tetugenda kuselinga out. This time, it's not about the money. It's our home. We want to be free. We are not free back home. Chovola Bantino, he went ahead. Nagana Honorable Kyagulanyi exercising his freedom. He can concert back home. And just in 2 years, he's now the enemy of the Republic of Uganda. Nayenga banange Kyagulanyi ayononya amalwaliro. Kyagulanyi aganya masanyalaze okubeera distributed all over Uganda. It's just 2 years. Omusajja abadde mu power for 34 years. Nayenga kiki tusobola okolawo? Bingi nnyo bye tusobola okolawo. Abantu abali mu diaspora mulina responsibility okulaba ntino abantu abali in leadership back home tebajje eno okufuna obujjanjabi, tebajje eno okola ebintu ebirala. Tubagobe nabo babajjanjabire malwaliro ge gamu naffe ge batuteekamu. Tuteekewo embeera. We have a role to play. Teri omulala agenda kikola. And a people united will be defeated. When you do your role up one a US, muvera mukola chamanyi. Munange fe ewaffe, we are not free to do anything. Nti newengezako emirundi mingi enyimba zaffe bazijeyo ku radio station, bazijeyo ku TV. Abantu abali mu opposition tebasobola kuŋŋaana nga mwe musobola okuŋŋaana wano. Kati we mubanga mulina that freedom, let's maximize it. Tugikozese to the maximum kubanga eddoboozi ly'abantu abali owamu bakerere okusinga omuntu omu. Ffe tuli bagumu nnyo kubanga tumanyi muli wamu naffe era bambi mwebale nnyo mugende maaso muteekewo embeera abo bonna abalowooza nti no bajja tukuumira mu captivity tebatoloka okujja eno okufuna obujjanjabi. Tuteekewo embeera. People power, our power. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nebianli. Hey, people power, our power. At this point, why can't we hear from Honorable Zake? As we wait for Honorable Zake, can I please, I'm sorry, call upon Louis too. Louis, you are going to speak after. I'm sorry. Let's hear from this young man from Uganda.
Thank you so much. Sorry, Honorable Zake, but exercising is good for you. The Mayor, Honorable Chagulanyi, fellow compatriots, Better Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Louis Rubongoya. I'm the Executive Secretary of the People Power Movement in Uganda. I'm very glad to be here tonight, and I'm very grateful to all of you for coming out this cold evening to join us and for putting on the red berets, a symbol of the struggle that we're involved in. Ladies and gentlemen, Lal Bahul Shastri said that there comes a time in the life of every nation when the nation comes to crossroads and it must determine which way to go. 3 years ago, I finished my studies at Harvard University. I was pursuing my master's in law. I went back to Uganda and started teaching at a university. A few days passed by, and weeks and months, and then one evening I went to class and found a person who later became my friend and my leader, Chagulanyi Sentamu Robert. And I was teaching him constitutional law, although I'm definitely younger than him. But I saw this gentleman who I had admired for a very long time, who had inspired all of us in music and song. And through actions and through his life and example, he had been able to encourage so many young people to work hard and to love their country above all things. And we started having conversations about our country. We started debating what our country was going through. And comrades decided that it was not enough for him to continue singing about democracy, about the rule of law. He had a role to play. And a few days later, I also took a decision that was not enough for me to teach constitution. It was time for me to get into the struggle, to get into the trenches, at a very big risk, at many dangers, as you all know, the dangers that we're involved in. And that is how I come to be here tonight, on this podium, speaking to you, comrades, that we have a duty to pray, all of us, regardless of who you are, regardless of what position you're in. Our country is yet again at crossroads. As you know very well, our country got independence in 1962. And at that time in 1962, our parents and mothers and great-grandparents jubilated because they thought our country had finally got freedom. In 1966, our country came back to crossroads. There was a Kabaka crisis, and you know the problems that followed. In 1971, when Idi Amin took power in Uganda, Ugandans came out on the streets and jubilated yet again because they thought freedom had finally come to our country. A few months passed, and there was a great wailing because human rights violations and all those things. In 1979, when Idi Amin fell, our country jubilated. People burst in song. Men and women danced and burst in song indeed. But a few days later, our people were killed yet again. And there were all problems that you know. UNLF took power and problems continued happening and happening. Friends, in 1986, when President Museveni took power, those of you who are here and you were alive at that time, remember the hope and optimism which people had. I'm a student of history and I'm a teacher of history. I might have been there at that time, but I have read history and I know that there was great jubilation when that gentleman took over power in Uganda. But friends, years passed. He told the nation that Africa's problem was not the leaders, but was not the people, but was the leaders who overstay in power. 34 years later, he is still in power. And our country has been run down. There are no functioning institutions. We have problems everywhere. The other day, a friend, our comrade, got an accident, and Honorable I and other friends rushed him to Mulago Hospital. And this gentleman had to go to the casualty ward on the floor because there was no bed for this gentleman. We found people in the casualty ward of Mulago Hospital. On another occasion, we went to Chirudu Hospital. Same thing. You go to schools and you want to share. That is what our struggle is about, friends. That our country must, once and for all, be liberated. Our call is that this time round, we do not want any other party to liberate our country. We want people of Uganda to liberate their country. That is why we say people power, our power. Because we believe that when the people of Uganda liberate their country this time round, nobody is going to mess that country up again. That is what our country is all about. Friends, before I conclude, I want to talk about the core things that our struggle is about. And Honorable Kyagulanyi asked me to briefly highlight them. But these are things which we know. We are not telling you something new tonight. These are things which you know. Many of you are here not because you would love to be in the United States of America, but because your country does not offer the opportunity that you deserve. Our country does not provide equal opportunities. It did not provide you those opportunities, and therefore you had to leave the country and live in this country and other places. And you are lucky to be in the United States, but we have our sisters and brothers who are living in other countries under terrible conditions. Every other day, a person is brought dead. People who go alive and kicking go to some places to work in those countries because of diplomatic reasons. I will not mention the countries. And then these people come back dead. And that is what we are saying, that enough is enough. We need to put an end to that kind of situation. Therefore, friends, we want to revamp the democracy in our country. We want to end injustice and impunity. We want to revive the healthcare system, the education, agriculture. We want to end land grabbing and all sorts of ills for our society. Friends, as Martin Luther King told us, those who love peace must learn to organize as much as those who love war. And today what we are involved in is organization. We are here tonight to invite you to join us in this cause, in whichever way you can. I know it might not be financial support, but in whichever way you can, please support this struggle. Because, comrades, as Honorable Kyagulanyi told us in one of his songs, when leaders become misleaders and mentors become tormentors, opposition becomes our position.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. People power. People have been waiting and waiting and waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Zaki.
DJ, when the battle is over, which way the fingers crown, we shall wear the fingers. Sing it together in English. Can we translate it? DJ down. When the battle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the battle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall Uganda. Once again, when the battle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the battle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. See? I see. Most of you are from Makerere students, I can see. The mayor of Waltham of Kampala. We are actually glad to be with you right here. My fellow comrades from the People Power Movement, I salute you. And all of you guys, really, this is a very huge sacrifice. I know you guys are very busy. You're so hardworking when you're here in the US. You have a lot of things to do. But I thank you, and I wish you can at least clap for yourself for sacrificing this time. Thank you so much. You know, for us, whenever we're in Uganda, we can try to certain kind of events, and you may find that some people feel that they are so busy to get involved, to be part of such things. But for you, you've really sacrificed so that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Zake Francis, the one you hear about. Right here with you. And I know you probably may be thinking that Zake is a very tall man. Maybe he's fat. Zake is this small. Zake is this young. Guys, I'm a member of parliament representing the people of Mityana municipality in the parliament of Uganda, in the 10th parliament. And I'll tell you that in that August house, I'm the youngest member of parliament. And I'll tell you that at least among the 500 plus actual know our number in parliament. At least when you mention the 5 members of parliament, after the Honorable Chakulani and some others, you will not fail to mention Zake Francis. Because the moment anyone comes to that parliament, Zake will welcome you and give you what you deserve. I think it was the Katumba Wamala who tried to shake him. But we shall sort him out when we wear them. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the People Power Team leader leading up all the youths in Uganda in this movement. This would be clap for that. Yeah, and I'm the team leader. And at least I'm here on behalf of those youths. And I have 3 deputies. There is 4. There is one from the north called Otim Bosmik. And there is Namirebe Angela for the central Uganda, my deputy. There is Sasi Marvin, leading her, actually deputizing me in the western Uganda. And also Maria Natavi, representing me or deputizing me in the eastern Uganda. Dear friends, we are here with a theme, Mission 21. But I'll let you know that as we are progressing with this mission, we have actually faced so many, and among them, I'll talk about the brutality. And at least I've been one of the victims with my colleagues right here. First and foremost, at the floor of Parliament, I was among the people who were beaten from the Parliament of Uganda, and also from the Arua saga, you remember very well. And all of that has been happening, and so many other examples I cannot all mention right here. But I will thank you for standing with us. You guys, you've always been with us. If it has not been about you guys, I don't think that we would be right here. I wouldn't be living. The next president wouldn't be in this room with you guys if it was not about you. It was not about the process you put up in Boston here, you did something. Guys, thank you so much. Please continue doing that. Continue standing. I know by doing that, we shall overcome. And also, guys, I was told and requested by the comrade Chairman Nyanzi to mention some of these quite so much. For example, Awan Magala, Awan Lucifer, Katongole Julius, Shamim Malende, Kona, Bobi Wine, Don City, Zuliye Kanalukenge, Panado Katumba, Hakiza, Alosius Mukasa. There are so many. Guys, let us clap for those guys. Really, they have done a lot. They have been put in the cells. They have been beaten. A lot of stuff has happened to them, but they have stood their ground so that they can make this happen. I do not want to take a lot of time. I have a lot of things to actually share with you, but because we have a team, a principle of the People Power Movement, he is going to represent all of those kind of experiences and views so that we will not take a lot of time right here, but I know you always hear from us, you always follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere. You guys, you actually show those guys level. Whenever they try to do something, Mubalaga level. Thank you so much. Continue doing that. And I'll stop here and request you that, guys, our only mission is Mission 2021. We are preparing for vote 2021. We have a candidate, and that is the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert as our next president 2021. Honorable Kyagulanyi, oye! Oye! Honorable Kyagulanyi, oye! Oye! Let's go, Z! Thank you so much.
They are behind you, they're behind Mission 2021. We have mothers, we have our husbands, and at this juncture, Honorable, let me allow me to introduce the Kabaka's representative, the deputy Kabaka's representative here in Boston, New England. Await team wa ndaula, omukungu sawa saje, sebo bile koko Kyagulanyi oyo ye mukungu sawa saje bwana waffe today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost there. We are almost to the gist of the matter of tonight. You know the theme of tonight. 2021, and Mission 2021 means what? We need money. At this time, allow me to introduce my colleague, Mvawala, before we invite Honorable Kyagulanyi. Mvawala.
People power! People power! Mr. Kyagulanyi, I started smelling the State House right now. Sila bantu bano nga bazze okuwulira abakulembeze bonna abadde bajja mu Boston sibalabangako kati akawo ka State House katandise okunjigira. N'olw'ensonga eyo ekituleese wano olwaleero ekintu ekikulu omukungu wa Ssaabasajja ojja kunsonyiwa ngenda kwewola akakodyo ke twakozesa ku ttaffaali tukakozese ku People Power naye kikoma wano. Njagala buli omu muŋŋambye ssente ezisinga tezisobola kugenda ku kasha mwagala kuzeekwasisaani Honorable leeta ekibbo wano kiteeke wali ojja n'omukwatako mu ngalo gamba ku lwa People Power nkuwadde 3,000 n'ozimukwasa DJ nga wotukubira akayimba.
So he's trying to do some fundraising stuff, but I think it's just too late for his speaks.
Okay, basawo ne banjabo.
Shake hands with him.
kikyuseemu. Mulembe gw'abavubuka awulira ekinyengenyege ayagala kwogerako gye muli, then tukole fundraising. Mwinvite.
All right, thank you, Charles. Thank you, Dorothy. Now, we're starting what we've been waiting for again, right? So we've had from different videos, and we want to thank you so much. I'm going to ask Arao to come and speak to us. Now, many of you, when the coordinators were selected, you were asking the question, who is Arao? So today we have the opportunity as a New England community, and of course people who are watching us from different platforms, to hear from her, and then she will introduce Honorable Robert Chamberlain. Arao, thank you so much.
Come on. We're on TV. Come on.
How's everyone doing?
Put on.
Power. People power. People power.
Power.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, my name is Arao. I'm the team leader of the diaspora coordinators. I work with Kareem County in Maryland and Washington, D.C. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. Come forward. Can everyone hear me okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm here to talk to the Boston community, to commune with you, and most importantly, to let how important you are to the success of the People Power movement. I know some of you in the back didn't hear me very well, so I'll repeat my name again. My name is Arao Ameny. I'm from Lango, originally from Lira, Uganda. But before I start, I want to acknowledge the Boston team. So I want the Boston team to please stand up. The Boston team, please stand up. Led by Herman, please wave your hand. The Boston team, please stand up. Give them a round of applause, please. This would not happen without the Boston team. Thank you. I want to thank you, the Boston team, for your hard work in hosting our president. I want to talk to the Boston community. Your engagement and your support is instrumental and crucial to the success of the Power movement. With your support, People Power can do these three things. Number one, mobilizing fellow Ugandans and our friends. Number two, organizing awareness campaigns. Number three, fundraising campaigns. I'd like to also some of our successes. As the team leader of the diaspora, along with my deputy Kareem Ntambi, these are some of our successes that we're able to do in the diaspora and with the help of the Boston community. As members of the diaspora, we succeeded in getting U.S. sanctions against Kaihura. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear. As members of the diaspora, we succeeded in getting U.S. sanctions against Kaihura. Number two, these are our successes. Everyone in this room should clap for themselves because everyone in this room was able to make. We successfully worked with the U.S. Embassy to deny visas to human rights violators, and I'm here to say from anyone that can hear is that we are not done yet, and we're going to continue doing so. Three, our success as the diaspora, as the strong Ugandan diaspora that we are. We are using social media to connect and build a strong people power movement. As your diaspora coordinator and my deputy Kareem Ntambi, we're going to continue to work hard for our country, Uganda. We're part of the diaspora here, but our heartbeat is back home in Uganda with our brothers and our sisters. And we will continue working for the human rights of our people back home. I'd like to thank all the Ugandan media that's here, all the Ugandan-owned media that's here. If I forget to call your name, please don't be offended. Diaspora TV, Campfire. Can I get a round of applause for Kabuye Boston, please? If I forgot any diaspora Ugandan-owned media here, please let me know who you are. But we cannot do it without the Ugandan-owned media. We cannot do it without diaspora here, living here. We have teachers, we have nurses, we have doctors, we have of all walks of life. We also have Kello TV here. May I get a round of applause for Kello TV? AI TV. Thank you all so much. We cannot do that without you. And now I'm going to move on to introducing the man of the hour. I have the pleasure of introducing the next president of Uganda.
We carried our voices with us, and they are beautiful voices. So sing, my brother Nubian. Uganda, hey, Uganda, you're sleeping, mama land. Oh no no, wake up, mama land. We are the country, we are the future, we are the change we badly need. We are the youngest population in the world, we stand a chance. We are the leaders of the future, and the future is today. If we only come together, we can change our destiny. Bobi makuje tuli, mazima wetuli, si wetuli na okuwa. Hey, Uganda, you're sleeping, my land. Oh no, 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 wake up, mama land. Thank you. People power! Our power! Our power! People power! People power! Our power! Our power! People power! Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The Mayor, Madame Jeanette Makakre, our elders and senior Ugandans, religious leaders, leaders of the People Power Revolution, and other political leaders in different shades. Our friends and brothers from the African continent, our friends and brothers in the United States and other parts of the world, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be with you today. Before I go any further, I want to make note of the last time I was supposed to be with you and request you to kindly take my apologies for failing to be with you. But indeed, there were circumstances beyond our control. I was watching you live on Facebook and I watched everything that went on. But again, every bad thing comes with a good thing on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always told you that this is not about me. While I know that I carry responsibility, I know that each one of you is equally responsible. You are as responsible about our country as I am. So when some things happen, sometimes I'm convinced to believe that it was God working, reminding us that this is not about Bobi Wine. Even when I'm not here with you, I might be in jail, I might even be eliminated by the dictator. But this is to remind us that we must always move forward with or without me. I therefore want to thank the leadership that steered the activities of that day. Like I said, I was watching you, I'm feeling very, very encouraged. We thank you for taking this upon yourself, because this is upon you in the same way it is upon me, ladies and gentlemen. We have spoken about a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't have said it, but it's important to constantly remind you about the state of affairs in our country, Uganda. Guys, we are still living under a brutal dictatorship. A brutal military dictatorship where there's no freedom of speech, no freedom of expression, no freedom of association, no freedom whatsoever. Some of you that follow the happenings in Uganda on social media, you have seen the military not raiding the ghetto, but this your sons and daughters at the university, beating them, maiming them, and raping them. That is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are living in a country that we're even ashamed of mentioning. We live in a country that is messed up, where the hospitals don't work, where our leaders, your leaders, actually have to leave the country to come to America and other developed countries just to give birth. And that explains why more than 19 women die every day, not every week, not every month, every day, giving birth. More than 300 children die every day in your country. 300. Some time ago, I was at a function and there was an airline that crashed with 300 and something passengers on board, and it made news internationally for over a month. 300 people perishing. I was seated somewhere in the corner and I imagined, well, the world is making noise about a plane crash with 300 people, many of them adults. And in my head, something was telling me that every day a plane full of Ugandan babies crashes every day, because that's the number of babies we lose. That is the state of affairs in our country. I always say it and I will say it again, that many of you here are not here because you want to live in America. Many of you are here not because you love this cold. You love the beautiful food of home. You want to see your people every day. You want to see your relatives. You want to be able to bury your relatives when they die. You want to be able to attend the weddings and functions of your relatives and loved ones. But you cannot. Why? Because of the way we are being governed. You'll pardon me when I mention names, but today I almost shed tears just backstage. Allow me to call it backstage. I'm still an artist. when there was a friend of mine, a very talented TV producer called Raymond. He left Uganda because Uganda does not provide what he feels he deserves. He met with another super radio personality called Kapalaga. He's also living here. Because when he was in Uganda, where he was not who he was. These were first world brains stuck in a third world country. And those are so many stories, ladies and gentlemen, of people that are forced to leave our home to come and enslave themselves here. That is where we are. That's the state of affairs in our country. And that is what we want to end. Because, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that manage to get on the plane and come here are the lucky few. And sadly, it is our best that keeps being drained out of our country. Look at all of you. Imagine all of us were home. But sadly, we cannot even meet at home. It is okay for young people to meet in their thousands to get drunk and party. But it is not okay for more than 5 Ugandans to come together and talk about the future of their country. I will not be able to address you if we were home. That is a reality. That is not a lie. I cannot sing my music because it opens people's eyes. I cannot even attend a church function because President Museveni thinks I am going to tell the worshippers the truth. That is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. However, even amidst insurmountable challenges, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord always provides a solution. It is sad that for the last time, and I say it many times, that I'm one of those young people of Uganda that feel culpable constantly because I was also for a long time mentally sterile, not caring what happens around me, not caring how my country is governed. And maybe my not caring caused or contributed to this. But like I said, there's a time of sleeping and there's a time of waking up. Now that all of us have woken up, or at least a majority of us, now that there's an opportunity, because we know that every 5 years we have an opportunity to change the leadership of our country. President Museveni has in the past invested in keeping the young people especially apathetic, making them believe that change is impossible, making them believe that nobody can provide a solution, that we are stuck. And God raised some of us from the ghetto. And we did not stop at that. We realized that we are just as human as these people that think they were born to rule over us and oppress us. And we realized that we're actually the majority. So, we said we are challenging Museveni. And ladies and gentlemen, to cut the whole story short, we are running, I am running to challenge President Museveni for the presidency in 2021. Yes! Let me say it again. Let me say it again. In the year 2021, I am going to run for president to challenge President Museveni, and we are going to win.
Yes, that's our boy. That's our president. People power. People power. People power. People power. People power. Our power. People power.
Kindly resume your seats.
Movies. Chino chechisera chetulino kulwana mubisere byomaso tufune mirembe no ekyo kyekise kyetulina okulwana mu biseera eby'omumaaso tufune eby'eggwanga.
Thank you very much. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. While we are getting happy and fired up, it's important for us to understand, because ladies and gentlemen, we are young people, we are happy people, we're full of energy, but it's important for us to be full of understanding. So why are we running? Why are we running? We are running because President Museveni gave us a road deal. We are running because we decided to get involved ourselves. Like my brother Lewis said, since independence, 57 years ago, Uganda has never had a peaceful transition of power. Every time we get a new leader, there's death, there's chaos, there's destruction. They bomb their ways in, they are bombed out. We don't want to see that. So we want to have the fast, peaceful transition of power, and it is possible. It is very, very possible, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be deceived that dictators are not defeated by the ballot. We have seen it before, and the most recent was Yahya Jammeh in the Gambia. But how do we do it? We must overwhelm Museveni. When you overwhelm him, we'll be breaking the dictatorship forever. If the people massively speak and they assert their voices, ladies and gentlemen, you can see a transition in Uganda, a bloodless transition. And secondly, we are running because we want to return the rule of law to Uganda. We want to return respect for human rights.
Yes!
We have a constitution in Uganda that is not respected. It is like this wooden, podium that if Museveni wants to come there, he's just going to push it aside. In 2005, he amended our constitution to allow himself to be president against the term limits. And in 2017, you all saw some of our colleagues, Bonamboze and Honorable Zake, have not fully recovered from that attack. The Constitution provides for my fundamental rights to practice my profession, but I cannot. Why? Because Museveni is not my music fan. So we want to put an end to that. We want to restore our constitution, and indeed restore our constitutionalism. And that can only happen when we have a people-centered leadership, ladies and gentlemen. We want to empower institutions. As I speak to you here, I only get the energy to run against that man because we have seen that we have the support of common people like us. But we know we have even more talented people and more qualified people that have not had that platform. Those people can run the institutions. Those people can be able to offer their talents to Uganda. So we want to empower the institutions that outlive the greed of individuals like it is today, ladies and gentlemen. We want to restore independence of our parliament, which has now become a talk show, a mere talk show. We want to restore the independence of our judiciary. And that can only happen after Museveni is out. There are so many things that we want to do, but allow me as a ghetto child to talk about at least 3 that affect those people that are like me, the common people, who are more than 80% of the population. We have a dead education system, and that explains our education is expensive and yet it's not not bear results. It prepares our children, the next generation, only to seek for jobs, not to create jobs. It is not skill-oriented. So we need to revise our education system. Today, we have an education system that is presided over by the wife of a president, who I'm not sure whether she's educated anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak here in Boston, you all know that none of our leaders wants or can even be treated in our hospitals. Even giving birth, they have to either come to America or all those other countries using taxpayers' money, while women die giving birth. If I'm to talk about our healthcare system, we can take the whole evening. So we want to restore it. You have seen land evictions, you've seen land grabbing, and most of the cases are traced back to the doorstep of President Museveni and his relatives. These people have made our people paupers on their own land. They've owned all our natural resources. We live in a very rich country. But these resources don't benefit all Ugandans, they benefit only one family. We want to put an end to that, and that is why I want to be president of Uganda, because it will be Friends, there's so much we can talk about. But believe me, when you have a leader, when you have a president that knows that you are the bosses, you will need, like Nubian said, be kings and queens once again. You will own your country. You will have a leader that is answerable to you. You will have a leader that you have raised, and indeed you will reserve the ability to pull that leader down if they dare to disrespect you. We want the citizens of Uganda to reign supreme, because that's what the law says. That is how it is everywhere. These countries, America and European countries, and all the developed world, they've developed not only because of the leaders, but because of the empowered population. You cannot cross a road, you cannot close down a road simply because you're an army general or somebody positioned high. These Americans are so empowered that they will not take that nonsense. You've seen them hold leaders accountable. You've seen them impeach leaders. That is what you must empower yourselves with. That is the power you must have. That is what we want to do. And we will only gain that when Museveni, who thinks he's God's brother, is out of power. There's so much we can do. We dream of that land where we see all of you bring your talents back home, where everybody will have opportunity, where we will have equal opportunity regardless of your tribe, regardless of where you come from, regardless of who your brother or sister is, where we will be equal regardless. That is where we're going, and guess what? We there. I said we are going to reach there because we are resolved. That is why we are challenging this man. And I'm happy to inform you that so many people are standing with us openly and silently. So many people in the opposition are standing with us. So many people in the business community are standing with us. So many people in the police and in the armed forces are standing with us. And I want to tell you this, looking straight in your eyes, that we are going to beat Museveni at the vote. And he will even be scared to try to do anything, because he knows what he's dealing with. He has been feeding us for the last 2 years, and you have seen him change. So that's where we are. However, while we are optimistic, ladies and gentlemen,
I must say, we have challenges. We have challenges. We see where we want to go. We see the promised land. But there's a river in between that we must cross. We have challenges. And among our challenges, we have the brutality that you've all seen. All the security organs, all the institutions that are supposed to protect us have actually been deployed to brutalize us for challenging the old man. That is a big challenge. We have a president that is panicking. And you know, panicky people are very, very dangerous. I give thanks to the Almighty that I'm still alive. Otherwise, I intended to eliminate me. But God had other plans. Just like Museveni planned to rule us for 50 years, but God had other plans. Did you ever know that somebody will rise from the rest of the earth, from the lowest of society, to challenge that man? We have another challenge. There's intimidation. A lot of intimidation. As we speak now, all business personalities to speak out against the injustices and government excesses have been impoverished. I personally have lost all my businesses. It is okay because I didn't have them in the beginning anyway, and I know how to be happy without the money. The challenge that much as we know how to be happy without money, we have not yet learned how to drive cars without fuel. And we've not learned yet how to do other things that are run by funds without funds. I will not dwell on the challenges, ladies and gentlemen. I want to also point at the opportunities. I want to point at our strength. And maybe that will give us more, confidence and more motivation to move on. We have an open-eyed population. We have never been as open-eyed as we are today. We have never been as united as we are today. Politics used to be a thing of a certain class. We never used to meet in such numbers to discuss the future of our country. But you see, so many people, especially young people, have picked so much interest. This is historical, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a rare, rare opportunity. We are young, we are many, we are aware, and we are strong. So that's one big opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And that explains why Museveni is very scared. Friends, if you passed in the ghetto today, you would not believe it. These people never used to even know how the parliament works. They never used to know where their separation comes from. And indeed, Museveni tried so much to distance politics from the ghetto people. And I told him, I warned him in the beginning. I told him that if the parliament does not come to the ghetto will come to the parliament. And today, and he later on took us serious. And that's why you see him frequenting the ghetto today. That is why you see him carrying loads of money to come and bribe the ghetto people. Because he thinks a meal for a day is enough to solve all our problems. Today I want to tell him that since State House has come to the ghetto is coming to State House. Now that we know that the ghetto is going to State House, How do we get there? And it disturbs me sometimes. How do we get there? How do we move forward? These are my opinions, and friends, I'll be the only one to talk. Because I know that the more we come together and share ideas and connect, we get solutions. First of all, it is important to break our fear. Somebody tell somebody, break your fear. Again, break your fear. Yes, we need to step on that fear. Because they've convinced us that it's dangerous to talk about Museveni as if he has 4 legs and I have 2. And that's exactly what dictators do. They always want to paint it, the godly aura around them, say, oh my God, you're talking about Museveni. He's a human being and he's accountable to me because I pay my taxes. Yeah. He is supposed to be my servant. Yes, in the past he has told us he's not our servant. I am telling him that we are going to prove to him that he's our servant. And as a matter of fact, because he's our servant, we are going to remove him and put another servant who will respect us. So after breaking our fear, ladies and gentlemen, let us go ahead and approach it in different styles. Personally, I've been approaching it the way I know best and learning from friends as well. Style. The informal style, like Chairman Nyazi was saying. We approach it that way and it has worked. Use every style you can because we are at war. I say we are at war. So use everything you can for as long as it is legal and constitutional and non-violent. The difference between us and the Museveni group is that for them, they are murderers, they are rapists, they have to kill more than 500,000 people to get in power. We are not going to kill anybody, we are going to reason everybody. So use every peaceful and legal means that you can. Inform each other. We have a method. We call it each one, teach one. Make sure that every day you have, among the many things you do, you have at least done something to forward this struggle for a better Uganda. It can be a Facebook post. It can be just a telephone call back home. It can be at least do something so that by the end of the day, by the time you go to bed, you feel at least blessed, having done something, however little or simple it is. We must continue to do it. We've always been telling our brothers and sisters back in Uganda to register as voters because the vote never lies. And all of you that can either get your national ID and fly back home to vote, please do it. But again, we know that you guys in the diaspora have so much influence back home. Help a brother or a sister to register. Remind them that it's important. Influence them to look at things the way you look at them. You have lived in well-governed countries. You know what it means to have an empowered citizenry. Go ahead with that. Let us do it, and let us do it together. Use the social media. I said use the social media. Like Nubian said, expose these guys. Do not fear them. They are actually very scared of us. We don't carry guns. We don't carry knives. We just speak to people. But they panic. Show up. They deploy the military. And even the military just winks at us because they are the same way as we suffer. Finally, friends, you know that the kind of work we are doing requires support. Museveni has in the past said that we are funded by some white people in the West, you know he's a liar. I'm sure you don't take him serious anymore. We have not been needing money in the past. We don't need too much of it because we stand for what is right and God is on our side. But my brothers, we need the support, we need the funding, because like our comrades were saying, my brother David Lewis there had to quit all his jobs. He had to move from a high-end place to the ghetto. I had to involuntarily give up on my music. Now I sing music to communicate to you, but I can no longer earn from it because Museveni is scared to see a coin in my pocket. But I think the struggle must move forward, so we need assistance from you, ladies and gentlemen. We will not go to any corporation for money. We will not go to donors for money. We will come to you because your money comes with a blessing. You want your home liberated. So we want your assistance, and because I cannot get this opportunity to address the people of Uganda, I want to address the brothers and sisters watching us now in Uganda and all other parts of the world that we need your support. We have reached somewhere. We have cornered this guy. Let us come together and finish the job.
Kasukari keko.
We go into this election. We want this election to be a locally funded. And when I look at all of you, I see locals because you are local to me. While we're still, it's as if we're in Uganda until we walk out of this hall. So let's do it the Ugandan style. We need your support. Let's come together. Let's have the confidence. Let's kick this guy out of our motherland and get the opportunity to rebuild it. Let us embrace our historical role. We are a generation. Franz Fanon said that every generation discover its mission and then decide to either betray that mission or pursue that mission. What do we do to our mission? We are going to pursue that mission and accomplish it and build a country upon which the sun will never set. I want to thank you for listening to me. And before I go through, I want to tell you that I'm still an artist and I want to sing for you. But before we sing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask my brother Mubawala to guide us and guide us on how we are going to raise funds. I request a team not to charge people coming in because it has to come from your heart. Some of you can offer much more than you would have paid on the door. And again, some of you that can not even be able to offer $1, at least you can take this in and each one teach one, like we've been saying. I thank you for God and my country.
We have decided to follow Bobi. We have decided to follow Bobi. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Assemble Banyabo.
We have decided to follow Bobi. We have decided to follow Bobi. No turning back.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Our youth. Our youth bafe. Makerere oye. Makerere oye. Ra, ubancha akajuke. Okay. Basaba n'abanyabo tutuleko. Basaba tutuleko wansi. Tutuleko wansi. Akade kano. Akade kano. muteekeko mugala babuuka bugalo bw'amaanyi. Kakati enkola yaffe nga bwegenda okukola, sente muyina nyingi, tetusobola zisindika kashapu cheeke baziganye. Tulina kaadi esaza wali, oba olina kaadi ogenda wali n'osaza naye